What is going on, Philly? How are we? Don Juan Rich here. Eagles and Phillies in the same day. We got the Eagles and the Phillies in the same day.
Does it get better? I mean, having those multiple things. I was telling my father-in-law, I saw some people on social media that were like going down to the Phillies game in one, tailgating in between, going to the Eagles game at night. Like those. It's great when those things line up where they're not happening both at 7 o'clock, where you have to pick and choose, or you're going multiple screens. Like you could sit down and watch the Phillies in the afternoon, take a little break, have some dinner, hang out with whatever, and then get to be able to watch the Eagles. And it's good. It just feels good. The Eagles game just feels good.
It is starting to feel like September. You have the Birds playing. You got the Phillies playing. You got the Birds looking good on defense, which I'm excited. It's Mason Rudolph. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Yeah. It's Mason Rudolph, but they're still they look decent on those first two drives. So I'll take it. I mean, Najee Harris is just a beast. He's a man amongst boys. That guy can run, and he runs hard. So I was enjoying watching him, but then you know what? I enjoyed watching Zach Ertz step up. I'm sorry, we are talking and diving right into the Eagles Steelers because I'm watching in the background, and I am so happy that football is back. It's just
good. It feels good.
It does.
Feels good. See people back in the stands. That feels good.
Minus it being 100 degrees today. It feels good as Don's in a hoodie and I'm in a hoodie because it's all the fired up hoodie.
Got the new fired up hoodie.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Shout out to the fired up crew.
Mike and Dom and the boys. Shout out to the boys. The boys are doing good things. Their episode 16 dropped on Monday. Give it a listen. Always good content.
Absolutely.
But it's just so great actually being able to turn the TV on and see the Eagles playing and being able to talk Eagles football on Twitter, not the hypotheticals and all the BS. Like I made the comment of Joe Flacco QB1 because I know some people are going to be like Joe Flacco QB1, and then the Vet Alumni Podcast, Tecker Preem, whoever runs the account, goes, one of us could have made that pass. Oh, of course we could have. Joe Flacco QB1, baby. Oscar gets a hold of that. Man, Oscar's gonna just jump off and go crazy. Are you watching Field of Dreams? And I am nervous ballroom dancing competition. You have a ballroom dancing competition, Chris.
I'm watching.
I watched the Jose Abreu home run on my phone, and it was a beautiful thing. So you have a ballroom dancing competition, Chris? That's fucking awesome, dude.
That's crazy.
I can't dance that well, so good luck, man. But don't be nervous; you'll be fine. The Field of Dreams. All right, so a quick little diversion from the Eagles and Steelers right now. That opening for the Field of Dreams game, Don, gave me chills. So awesome.
I mean,
so awesome.
And one thing I want to while I was thinking about it, and we can get into this, at the end, but I started thinking about baseball movies and how how nostalgic they are and how they bring back the different feels. And I also realized something this week. I love listening to baseball highlights. I
can agree with that. I can agree with that.
So I'll on the weekends I'll catch up with the Baseball Tonight podcast, and they open with highlights from different games. I love listening to the baseball highlights, different broadcasts from across the country. I love that they're listening to the home team broadcast and how homerish they are.
Yeah.
It's seeing other people excited about the sport. I love it. It's awesome.
I don't mean to make that face, but I literally just watched Pat Freiermuth destroy Sean Bradley. He sent him. Did you see that?
I just saw the same thing.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
that grown man. He destroyed him.
That's That's a grown man move. Right
That was a grown man block. Good for you, Pat. Yeah, Sean, you need to come back from that. He looked like Stuart Bradley and not Sean Bradley. Let's throw back to the rocket scientist rocket engineer middle linebacker we had who couldn't stay healthy but still has like a 7-figure job. So good for that guy. Good for that guy.
Too funny.
The nostalgia of watching that Field of Dreams opening. It's like almost like watching. Oh, well, that was defensive breakdown. It was almost like watching the Field of Dreams over again. I love the fact they had Kevin Costner out there. That was awesome.
Yep.
I'm sorry we are not talking Eagles and Steelers right now. I apologize, but we're just reminiscing on all things that we missed because this is what you do at the bar. 2 seconds in, talk about this, and then you're going to talk about something else because that's what we do around here. We're getting back to the roots, like the roots.
So
good.
Rich.
Yes.
Your top 5 baseball movies.
8 Men Out is number 1 because 8 Men Out is such a great movie. Field of Dreams, The Natural, The Rookie, and Angels in the Outfield. That's my 5. Oh, I'm sorry. No, take out The Rookie. Put in Little Big Leagues. Little Big Leagues is a great movie.
Okay.
And Rookie of the Year can go in there too. It's just interchangeable. But 8 Men Out is my top cream of the crop baseball movie.
Okay.
What do you got, Don?
All right. So, Sandlot.
Oh my God, dude! I forgot about the Sandlot. Sandlot's in there. Sandlot's number 1. It's got to be number 1. Default. I'm sorry. God, I'm a terrible person. I quit the podcast. I forgot about the Sandlot. We just watched it 4 days in a row, and I forgot about it. Oh, wow.
And then Bull Durham.
Another fantastic movie. Kevin Costner's in that.
Major League.
I forgot about, dude. I'm forgetting about all these. I thought way too deep.
There's so many, but
and a lot of them are good.
And then The Natural and Field of Dreams.
Yeah, and I mean, 61 was fantastic.
I mean, you could do a top 20 and still leave a bunch of stuff out.
You know what the good thing is about baseball movies compared to basketball movies, compared to football movies? Almost all of there's Mike. There's Big Mike checking in. Big Mike, Don's repping the hoodie there, champion. He's repping it for you, Mike.
There we go.
Mike was in the movie Sex Drive and Hot Tub Time Machine. He was great in all of them. If you want to check it out and get his autograph, his @ is @Mike Galetto or @Fired Up Podcast. And he will definitely send you an autograph picture of himself in Sex Drive, because Sex Drive was actually the better of the two. So, Mike, I'm happy for you, man. All your success, and I wish you success in your podcast. Hopefully, it's more successful than your acting career. So, appreciate you.
That's awesome,
dude. It was so funny when I saw that picture. I gotta say, I have to send it to him. I'm like, I think it's one of the funniest things. Mike's not fat.
Oh my God!
It's his eyes and his nose remand me of that guy, and I was not. And then Dom ran with it, and I'm like, this is fantastic. I love it.
You can't unsee that. And when I saw that, I was like,
every time I see it, that's what I see Mike now. I just need Mike to just embrace it, gain some weight, get a little wittier, and just call it a day. Like, embrace your future. Like, embrace top 5 biggest insults ever. I've called people worse. Like, at least that guy was successful. Think about it.
Also true. Summer Catch is also another one that I love.
Dude, there's so many. That's the thing. Adam, what's up, buddy? How you doing? That's another. Like, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to baseball movies, as I keep the Eagles and Steelers up, because we're not talking about them right now. As we talk about baseball movies, literally almost every single baseball movie was good. Like, basketball movies,
Yeah. There's a lot more quality baseball movies than there are not.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst one you could say? You could literally say the Disney one, The Rookie, even though that's not the one I was even thinking about. I was actually thinking Rookie of the Year. The Rookie movie.
The Rookie, yeah.
The Disney one was probably the worst with the guy who looks like Kevin Costner, but he's not Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was pretty bad. but it still is better than throw out a basketball. Like, I don't even know that many basketball movies.
I mean,
say like 13 again. I could consider a basketball movie.
Yeah.
Or is that 13 again? Or Switched Body movie with Zac Efron and Matthew Perry? Because that was kind of about basketball. That was a shit movie.
Yeah.
Like hockey, you got Slapshot. You got the Mighty Ducks. I don't throw Miracle in there just because it is like literally it's the truest story.
Right.
Like Chris, you're killing me. Okay. Like that's my problem with the hockey movies because it's like everybody throws Miracle up there, but you know the true story of Miracle. It's a great thing. I think the true story is better than the movie. That's me. But you throw all the Mighty Ducks movies in there, they're way better. Everybody who's joining us, we are talking sports movies. Sorry for the Eagles or Steelers talk. It's on hold because we're talking about baseball movies because of the Field of Dreams.
Correct.
Game that is being played. So we just want to give you some context. And then all the viewers go away because they're like, yeah, fuck this shit. We're out. I am managers. You guys stay sexy. We love you. But when you look at it, like football movies, you have what? Remember the Titans?
Right.
You have
the replacements,
and then
the program.
Let's come on, people. Throw us some fucking movies, some sports movies. As you're here watching, we're discussing. We want to know what you like too. Friday Night Lights was.
Rich, you remember Necessary Roughness?
Yes, Necessary Roughness.
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Any Given Sunday. Some great Little Giants.
Little Giants.
Yeah,
I think that's
there with good. It is a good shitty movie. Giants, help us God. Yes,
correct. And also, what's the most important part about that movie is that the Cowboys lose.
And the Cowboys lose to the Giants. It's like real life all over again.
Exactly.
I think you meant to say Invincible, Chris, but that's fine. But another true story. The story is better than the movie, especially because they got a guy from Boston playing a guy from Philly, which I didn't understand that with Mark Wahlberg.
Neither did I.
Weird character choice, but that's fine. I mean, he's a scumbag, so he embraces the Philly, which I appreciate. What other sports movies are we missing, like that we would deem worthy of talking about? Little Big Leagues is a great movie because Ken Griffey Jr. is in it and Randy Johnson, and Ken Griffey Jr. robs Lou at the end of the home run when he was on the mound. That shit was dope, and that's the second baseball movie Ken Griffey's in because he is also in Summer Catch, and he takes Freddie Prinze Jr. yard, which is we just talked about. I think I got clams from Betty, whatever her name is. No, that was crabs. Oh yeah, you're right. Classic line. That movie was.
What about Mr. 3000?
Which one? Ted
with Bernie Mac.
And then there was the.
There was a Tom Selleck movie too. Tom Selleck was.
Yeah, it was okay. That was. Even both of them, I wasn't really a fan of because I'm not a real big Tom Selleck guy, and Bernie Mac at the time, like Bernie Mac was hot, but I just didn't like it. To me, like I can't envision Bernie Mac playing baseball.
It wasn't a believable character.
No, it was very unbelievable. Semi-pro. Take off your shoes and suck me sexy. That show was great. I love that he stole it from his mom. Like his mom would really say that.
The big check.
What's up?
Taking the big check to the
big check. No, man, you got to take that to the big check, man. Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's right. I'm Jackie Moon. I'm gonna fight a bear tonight. Everybody hit somebody. Remember when they walked off because Father Pat was like, "Yeah, that's why your mom didn't go to heaven," and everybody's like, "Come on, get off the court, get off the court." And everybody leaves, and they're like, "Really, Father Pat?" And he goes, "What'd I say? What'd I say?" Because they were like literally saying the most fucked up shit. He just goes, "Well, maybe your mom didn't go to heaven."
Was it wrong? Was it wrong?
Was it wrong? It was. Sorry, we're talking about semi-pro. We're not talking about like really somebody's mom. 42. 42 is a great movie. Chadwick.
Great movie. Yeah.
R.I.P. Dude. R.I.P. Another great sports movie.
What about Blue Chips?
I can honestly say I'd never seen it, or if I did, hold on, let me look. I have to look at it.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Hold on. No, you keep going. You keep going. I'm holding on myself.
Neon Budo going down where they They I mean, it's basically like the inside view into providing gifts and things for players in order to get them into the program.
Who was in that?
Shaquille O'Neal, Nick Nolte was the head coach.
Really?
Penny Hardaway is one of the players that they solicit.
No way.
Yeah, and then there's a kid that they like a big tall white kid from French Lick, Indiana. So they're trying to get Larry Bird in to solicit him to come play for
What?
Eastern University, the Dolphins.
I have to see that because I never even I honestly never heard it. Uncut Gems. I did not see it, Adam, and I didn't hear good things, so I didn't watch it. So I'm sorry. So you'll have to tell me more about that. Don, did you see that movie?
I did watch it. I didn't think it. So basketball was kind of in the background of the movie, and then also it actually the series that they're talking about is the Sixers Celtics series when they played. So they actually took events from real life and then were playing the degenerate gambler aspect into. They kind of wove the movie into the real life events. So basketball was not necessarily at the center of the movie. It was just involved in all the events of the movie. But
yeah,
it was okay.
It was okay. That's what I thought. Talladega Nights, one of the funniest movies ever. Correct.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean you have to because if not, all the rednecks are gonna get mad at us. Throw beer cans. It's not as sophisticated and classy as F1. But which we prefer because we are classy bitches who drink craft beer, and Don likes vodka sodas. That's what I'm just assuming. I don't know what Don likes.
Some Roman Cokes. Roman
Cokes. He's a classy bitch, so that's what we do. We're classy. It's all about F1.
Drinking it out of my plastic cup.
I ain't mad at you, dude. Keeps the flavor in. Whatever you like. Silver Lining Playbook about the birds. Definitely. Yeah.
Here's the thing that I loved about that movie is that you could sympathize with De Niro's character because we either are that guy or have lived with that guy, or that guy is our uncle, or like he's your neighbor, like
you're legit your dad,
or your dad.
If your dad grew up in South Philadelphia, that's Robert De Niro's character. Like let's be Samus Foreman's Uncle Jim. This movie was just okay. That is exactly what I heard. Days of Thunder, Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
fantastic. I love it. That is a good movie. Let's go with there. You know, there was a movie with Ted Danson who played on the Philadelphia Eagles. It was a Disney movie. You do know that, right? It was called The Garbage Man. It's like
no. That was that the one that Jeffrey Lurie's his production company greenlighted?
I believe it was.
The trash can kicking field goal.
Yes.
Trash can kicking field goal kicking.
Trash Man football movie. I'm looking it up right now. It is called The Garbage Picking Field Goal Kicking Philadelphia Phenomena from 1998.
My God.
I've never seen this movie. A 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 10.
5? Wow.
A middle-aged sanitation worker, Tony Danza's ego swells when he becomes a star kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Bullshit. Never happened.
My God.
Never happened.
It's bad.
It sounds like a terrible movie.
Save yourself the whatever the elapsed time is for that movie.
I'm a sucker for 90-minute movies. I love when it's 90 minutes. It's like, okay, well, here's what's going to happen. There's 10 minutes of build up. There's 60 minutes of plot, and then there's 5 more minutes, and then it's over. That's pretty much what it is. Eagles scoring drive. Jake Elliott, dude, kicking boots. You'd love to see it.
Listen, right. If we can talk some, I mean, now that it's almost halftime, I mean, not that we're going to see anything substantial tonight.
No.
Right? Because you're not going to see anything substantial in any preseason game.
Correct.
Like Hurts look good. Like I'm trying to train my brain to watch the game differently and not live and die, but start to evaluate play to play, drive to drive. Hurts look good. moving in and out of the pocket.
Moving in and out of pocket, yes.
So, like that to me, like the pocket awareness is good. He was making throws from the pocket and on the move. There were a bunch of drops. No!
Hey, what's up, friends?
What's up?
I don't know how my audio is because I decided to be in a different room right now.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah, it's good. Sounds good.
What's going on?
We're joined alongside the man, the myth, the legend, Chip from All About the Birds, Chips from Chips and Dish. If you don't know him, then that's your problem because you didn't know him.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
You didn't know.
So Don was talking about the highlights of what he enjoyed from the first half and what we're not going to see much, but what Don was excited about. So Don, I'm going to let you finish your thought, and then I'm going to hand it over to Chip and see what Chip thought. So Don, finish your thought, my brother.
So making throws from the pocket, on the move, pocket awareness looked kind of where you want it to be. Learning a new offense, but kind of not trying to give away too much, so that you're avoiding, game plan release of information. But he looked comfortable in the one drive that started on the 2-yard line, throwing the ball deep down the field where Quez Watkins could have run under it ish. Yeah. And my Lord,
that boy fast. The boy
can move fast.
He run super fast.
Super fast.
Fastest kid alive. It's a freak.
Here's the thing. It didn't look like it was about to implode on itself. So,
okay. Chip, what did you say?
So Quez Watkins is very fast.
Agreed.
That was awesome. I would like to have seen any Miles Sanders because if he's going to be a featured back this year on this team, it'd be really great to see him.
He's not. Well, newsflash, he's not going to be a featured back.
But that's the issue, because you clearly saw that Sirianni's willing to run the ball, and Jordan Howard ain't it. Now I will say Jordan Howard's one linebacker block was fantastic.
Yeah, he blew. Him and Pat Freiermuth had blocks at the night.
So that was great. I think the one thing that stood out to me is Sirianni is not Peterson, so he doesn't make unnecessary chances. And again, it's the preseason, so maybe he will. But 4th and 5 isn't a good reason to go for it. Just kick the goddamn field goal. Jake Elliott at this point needs to get some consistency. So him getting 3-4 chances in the first half, that's good. Hi Adam. So that's important. I think Alex Singleton he's playing some football. He's kind of continuing what he was doing. Michael Jacquet, he can't even catch a cab home at this point. This is embarrassing. I don't know what to do with this guy, and why they keep doing this to us.
Wait, who?
Michael Jacquet.
Who the hell is that?
It's a defensive back,
joke, right?
No, I have no idea who this dude is.
Oh, Michael Jacquet is the corner who got scalded, cooked, burned, deep fried, and roasted against the Cowboys last year.
Oh,
that guy.
Oh. Okay.
Whereas, he broke all kinds of records for allowing of yards.
I honestly had no idea what that guy's name was. I'm not even playing with you. I didn't even think he was on the team after that game.
Oh, no, he was. He did not get Jamone Brown. He is still on the team. They still think that he is a contributor. He's the 3rd or 4th on the depth, or 4th, 5th on the depth chart. So as soon as they pulled Slay and Nelson, he was put in the game, and
is that the guy who just got cooked a few plays ago?
Yeah, real bad on the sideline.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I thought, honestly, I'm not even kidding. I had no idea who that guy was last year, and I thought the guy who just got beat was the guy from the Raiders. So
no, that's Michael Jacquet. That guy sucks.
Yeah, he's not good.
Well,
I'm not a fan of him, and I think that Flacco. I think. What's that?
I'm not saying what's up, big play Slay.
And I think that Flacco played well. I think that he made it very clear. Look, he said flat out that he does not want to be a backup. Now, Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of this team. A lot of drops. He made some good choices. He was just, like he has been, average. He was just average. Joe Flacco was just, as he's always been, average.
Not throwing the ball further than 3.2 yards down the field. Typical Joe Flacco.
A lot of attention on the tight end. A lot of
for both the guys though. Both
absolutely.
of them, which is what I think Sirianni's offense. Again, and I've been saying this, coming from Indianapolis, where they run all those 2 tight end sets, I think that that's going to be what our offense looks like.
Yeah.
So without tipping the hand entirely, it was still Goddard. It was still Ertz. It was Tyree Jackson. It was Richard Rodgers. Like those guys played a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna be really, really active in this offense. And like at this point, I don't think there's any. Do you see any value in playing Devontae Smith?
No,
in the preseason.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
My big peeve right now, though, and it's going to continue to be, Jalen Reagor should not be the punt returner for this team. Not because
Quez was originally, wasn't he?
No, he was the kick returner.
Quez was kick
Jalen Reagor returned every punt in the first half. And here's the thing.
He's got to catch
Jalen
something.
Reagor is a good punt returner, but he's also a massive part of this team.
Yeah. But he has to learn how to catch some stuff. So you might as well just put him out there and just say, I think it's going to be Boston Scott's job.
Oh, God.
Toward the season time. I'm not putting Jalen Reagor there unless they have zero confidence in him as a wide receiver, because why would you do that? Shout out to Big Play Slay. Everybody, if you can, go sub on my dude's YouTube page. It's got some good shit up there. So go take a look.
Shouldn't he be playing right now? What you doing?
He should definitely be on the field. If not, he should be cheering on. But here are my takeaways. So my takeaways from the game. I think Jalen Hurts here. Oh, look, the boy.
I swear that's not even me tweeting it from the Twitter page. Hello, that's Johnny or Jeff thing.
Hello,
Johnny.
Here's Johnny, aka Mr. Seattle. What's up, bro? What's up? Ken Griffey, we already gave him a shout out earlier. We were talking about Little Big Leagues when he robbed Lou with the home run in the to get into the playoffs.
I don't think Minnesota has forgiven him yet.
I don't think they had, just from that movie. They were so happy he was traded because he ruined that kid's chances of being the best manager ever.
Twins, Basil. Twins.
That movie. So good. But, so, my takeaways, I think Ertz is probably going to catch 90 passes this year. No shit. I think Ertz is playing him into probably getting a contract extension. I don't see him being moved. And I'm not an Ertz fan, but I don't see him being moved.
They're not moving him. I've been saying for months, they're not moving him.
They can't. Well, Howie wasn't going to get 2 twos for him. Let's be real. And they need him if they're going to run that Sirianni style offense. I don't have any faith in Dallas Goedert. I love Dallas Goedert's athletic ability, but I have zero faith in his reliability. So does athleticism outweigh reliability? No, it does not. And you see that with Zach Ertz. Point 2, I think Jalen Hurts is going to – the reason why I don't think the Eagles offense is going to be super successful is because I'm going to watch Jalen Hurts stand in the pocket, go through his reads, and throw the ball to the tight ends. I don't have faith in him throwing the ball to the outside. I think he's Lamar Jackson-esque in that sense where Lamar Jackson cannot make the throws to the outside.
Right.
Meaning when he tries, he gets picked off. And I think it has to do with Jalen Hurts in practice, a lot of pass deflections, a lot of interceptions. People are making plays on him because, we all know that's a further throw.
Right.
And it's a harder throw to make.
Right.
We are going to be in trouble if we're running a lot of comebacks or we're running a lot of hook routes. We're running a lot of sideline routes. If Jalen Hurts isn't even going to be able to throw that way, we can't congest the middle of the field when we have our 2 athletic, one slightly unathletic tight ends in the middle. 2 and 3, Miles Sanders, like as you just said, I don't think he's going to be a workhorse back. I have Kenneth Gainwell taking that job from him in week 4 because apparently Miles is having problems with the dropsies. like he's been having. So I really don't have faith in Miles Sanders at this point, but nor do I like Jordan Howard. But I think Kenneth Gainwell is going to carve in a huge role, and Boston Scott's still going to get some run. So,
which he shouldn't.
Outside.
Look, the Boston Scott thing, you can keep him on the team for 2 games out of the year. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And they're both against New York. Maybe it'll translate to also against the Jets, so 3 games out of the year. Besides that, Gainwell, he looked real good again preseason, so we're going to see a lot more of him in the second half here.
Right.
Jordan Howard is still only 6 years into this league. So
they were saying, like, when they said that earlier on the podcast,
that's it.
I know.
I feel like he's like a 12 years vet.
I know.
Because the issue with him is they overused him so much in Chicago that there's not a lot of tread left on the top. Man, John Runyon looks fantastic. Sorry, they announced the Eagles Hall of Famers. John Runyon, Trey Thomas.
Nice.
Really? Nice.
I like that. I like that they're going in together.
Who should both be, in my opinion, Hall of Famers.
John Runyon was a stud.
Yeah.
John Runyon, just
And
his
Trey Thomas
battles
was also
against
a football.
just his battles alone against Michael Strahan were epic.
Yeah. And they're enough
epic.
to get you. And that's enough to get you into the Hall of Fame.
That's enough because Strahan's in.
Right.
So why isn't the guy who beasted the shit out of him his whole career?
Right. But anyway, back to my point. So Jordan Howard had a lot of tread on his tires when we got him.
Yes.
He was good for the season we had him. Then there was more tread on the top. He hasn't been used a lot in the last 2.5 seasons, but he also, like, his yards per carry is not great. If they can get something out of him, great. But stop trying to make it
he just looks so slow.
Because but remember, the season that we won the Super Bowl, we did have that power back. Miles Sanders is not a power back.
No.
Boston Scott is not a power back.
And Gainwell is 5'9", but he's
so
210 pounds, but he can run people over.
What I would love to see, and both of you who have talked to me know this, Jordan Howard would be a fantastic fullback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You want to bring back the fullback? I know you do.
It is fully back.
You are on a mission.
I'm not mad at that though. I am not.
Because
I do love the I formation.
Because here is the thing. The fullback is an extended offensive lineman who is mobile. Like if Kelsey was maybe 45 pounds lighter, he would be a Hall of Fame fullback.
Yeah. He's got speed and he can move.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you for that.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
no truer words have been spoken on this podcast.
That's what I'm saying. I love the fullback position.
Right, but at some point it will come full circle, right? Yeah. Somebody will take
fullback circle, right? Sure.
To implement that into their offense because they're going to see a hole in a team where they're not going to take advantage, where they're going to be able to take advantage of it. It's just going to take the initiative of someone to say, we have, but in that sense, they're going to be very hesitant because they're going to have to take a skill position player off the field.
We don't have many of those.
Right. But so most teams have a fullback on the roster. Like Dallas has a fullback on their roster.
Kansas City.
Seattle. Pittsburgh has
one of the best running offenses in football, a.k.a. the San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Juszczyk. Yep. Then they gave him a lot of money to be very good at what he does.
It's not that the fullback ever fully went away. It's the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles for the last 7-8 seasons haven't had one.
You also need a coach who wants to run the ball.
Who
wants to run the ball.
Right. You have to have someone who's going to put that at the central focus of their offense and not want to throw the ball 47 times and run the ball 15 times.
Oh, Nick Mullins.
And on that,
QB1.
Listen, he looks good in that 10 jersey, man. He looks good in that 10 jersey.
Chip, I wanted to thank you for coming on. I knew you were coming on for halftime. We appreciate it. Listen, go to All About the Birds after the game where they're doing a game breakdown. So watch it. Subscribe to the boys if you don't. Well, it's All About the Birds. Chip at Chip for the Birds. He's every Monday. The dudes at All About the Birds. Their weekly show is Wednesday. They do a bunch of shit weekly. So subscribe, listen, wherever you get it. Preaching to the choir. So do your thing.
Just
we love you. But as we say on this podcast, when someone leaves, get the fuck out.
You didn't even let me get it out there. Jim, before you leave, top 5 baseball movies.
Ooh.
Top 5 baseball movies?
Yes.
Major League 2 is up there for me.
Okay.
The Natural is up there for me. Rookie of the Year is up there for me. Little Big League is up there for me. Obviously, Major League 1 and 3, they're up there for me. Which one am I missing for base? The Sandlot's up there for me, obviously. My wife is acting to me out. Apparently, I'm shitty at charades.
Dirt in the skirt. Dirt in the skirt.
Oh, A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own is definitely.
It's such a good movie.
It was. I just wasn't sure what she was acting out, so I'm like over here, like very distracted. Like,
She's like, dirt in the skirt. I'm like,
got it.
Get it.
No,
When
League of
you
Their Own
say
is
it, it
probably
makes
top up there.
sense.
League of Their Own is probably top up there. I enjoy Field of
The
Dreams.
Fan. The Fan.
How do we forget that?
I enjoy Field of Dreams for the cinematic piece of it all.
Yeah.
But it is a terrible movie.
Agreed. Agreed.
The Perfect Game, I appreciate for the story of
Terrible
the actual baseball of it, but way too much romance. Summer Catch.
Summer Catch
Because
is great.
Jessica Biel. Yo.
Smoking.
That was right outside the top 5.
Don,
I like
you're gonna have
women. They
you're
like
gonna
me.
have to handle this. You're gonna have to handle this comment.
Oh man.
Not going there, Chief.
Yeah, listen, I think we're all gonna need to get together and just do a whole bunch of movie stuff because this is.
Absolutely.
I just listed like 14 movies.
So good.
If you were to say hockey, I think number 1's got to be Threat Level Midnight,
Mighty Ducks 2.
Mighty Ducks.
D2 the Ducks. are
and
back.
that just went over all of your heads because I just put in an Office reference because you just got Michael Scarned. Peace out! I'm out of here, bitches.
Oh.
He leaves us on that. Son of a bitch.
Oh,
He got us. So, Don, you want to answer this question? How's this?
how's the title football finally? Well, my love, the Eagles are playing for the first time since they sucked horribly. So it's just good to see Eagles players running around in helmets, even if they're guys who probably won't be actually on the team at this point.
Handled like a true husband. Handled that very well, Don. I'm proud of you. Well, my love, I loved it. What about the fightings? Lacey, thank you. Thank you for the transition.
Because we are talking about
We're talking about the fightings. Sad. I would play the video if it wasn't played by everywhere. Dude, Uncle Jack was on Barstool podcast.
He was on first time, last time, something like that.
Yeah, first time, last time. The only guest they've ever had is my Uncle Jack. Go figure. Uncle Jack, love you, said.
Everybody's got him on the merch.
Oh, my God, dude. Everybody. Fire Love's got him. We got him. Barstool's got him. Johnny sent me a dope graphic of my uncle and the fightings. Dope. I want everybody to just get rich off it. Just get rich, sell it, and hopefully my uncle gets like 6 cents, maybe $1 per. It would be nice. Help my man's out. He's retired.
So with the one video that I saw, I sent it to you, and I'm like, "Is this your uncle? Like, is this somebody impersonating your uncle?
No, that's my uncle.
Younger, like, that's Uncle Jack.
Yeah, that's Uncle Jack. Uncle Jack got old. So, like, you got to figure this. That was 2008. That video was. So the fight. We're talking about the fight-ins video is from 2009. Right? Because that's when they came back to beat San Fran to go against the Yankees.
Correct.
2009. It is now 2021. Uncle Jack got a little older. He's got a gray soul patch now. It's not black. Uncle Jack just got old. We age. It's what happens.
But the voice has not changed.
Oh, no, definitely not. Dude, I love how he's on Barstool. He's like, yeah, we'll talk a little Phillies. We'll talk past. I'm like, Uncle Jack's just like taking over the podcast. I'm like, I love it.
Awesome.
Said guy needs a podcast. I'll see if Uncle Jack wants to come on this podcast. That would be fun.
Awesome.
He's a goofy dude. We'll get some good stories out of Uncle Jack. He was always down at the stadiums. Worked in the stadiums for a while too. So yeah, he was a beer guy. So
nice.
Uncle Jack was that dude. Aunt Bridget worked there as well. His wife, great lady. I love Aunt Bridget.
Awesome.
Good peoples. Phillies, contenders or pretenders?
I mean, at this point, like they're listen. If when we were going to go, when we were talking about going on Tuesday night, like going into that Dodger series,
Yes.
In my mind, I had it like take 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 would have been a win, and they did.
Yep.
Because this Dodgers team is essentially like an all-star team.
Yes. Oh,
and at the trade deadline,
I love it, Mike.
They're contender. Listen, and at this point, like if this is the division that you're in, you play the teams that are on your schedule. You try and you try to win this division. I don't think I think the addition by subtraction of getting Spencer Howard and Vince Velasquez out of the rotation is a huge plus for them.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. Finish.
So they took 1 out of 3. That's a win for me. They have this series coming up against the Reds is going to be a huge series for them.
What the fuck was up with last night? Was it the rain? Was it the rain last night where Connor Brogdon started?
Correct. So on Tuesday night,
because I didn't watch last night's game. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so on Tuesday night they had the starter start the game. Nola, rain delay.
Yes.
Took him out, and but that rain delay was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
They didn't start back up until 10. They start somebody else new.
Yeah.
They knew that rain was in the forecast for Thursday. Didn't want to start the starter and be in the same position. So they started Brogdon, let him pitch, and it actually worked out.
Yeah, Gibson just didn't have his stuff.
Right.
It happens, especially when you're going against that lineup. I understand.
Right. I mean, but do they have a chance to win this division? They got just as good a chance as the Braves and Mets do.
So here's my thing, Don. When I'm saying contenders or pretenders, I'm not saying about the division. I'm saying about making a splash in the playoffs. Do you think they are contenders or pretenders? Mike, I think, had it right. I'll pull his comment on. Contender in a division full of pretenders. I agree.
Right.
Mainly for injuries, but let's be real. If Acuna doesn't get hurt, are we in this position? If DeGrom stays healthy, are we in this position?
No.
Lindor is healthy as well. Are we in this position? No, we're not. Because I don't think the Phillies made enough moves to actually be a contender. They just did enough to win a division that is severely broken, which still, in my eyes, is what I'm going to say, because I know people are going to hate it, which is in my eyes is still an injustice to the fans, because you are going to get everybody's hopes up, put asses in the seat to do the bare minimum. Then you're going to go into the playoffs. You're going to play a team like, I don't know, Milwaukee and get your dicks kicked in. Or you're going to have to play, I don't know, the Giants, get your dicks kicked in. Or maybe the Dodgers and get your dicks kicked in, because you're going to be the lowest seed. So it comes down to the Phillies did everything they could to act like they care about contending. They saw where you can have you make a little bit of a move. Say you get the fourth or fifth starter, you get Ian Kennedy to secure the back end. Yeah, They did that. But what did they do it for? Because they knew they'd probably win the division with a semi-useful piece instead of going out there and grabbing one of the big guys who they're going to have to pay down the line.
Correct.
It is setting the fan base up to be super elevated and to be super happy until you get to the playoffs, to where you are going to be let down, because you are going to see true talent from other teams shining down and beating the dicks in of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Right. And I think you're right on in saying, like, they are doing what they've done over the course of the last couple of years, which is do the absolute bare minimum to be relevant. And I think that's where they are living now, in trying to stay relevant. And in my eyes, like, you have to stay relevant if you're the Phillies, because pretty soon, as soon as the Eagles season kicks in,
you're irrelevant.
Right. Nobody that's going to immediately go to number 2. And the thing that is going to carry a team in the playoffs is exactly what this team doesn't have. They're terrible defense. Their bullpen is suspect and inconsistent, and so is their offense.
You don't have a third starter. Like Kyle Gibson is still not a third starter. I'm sorry. I still against
Like
certain teams,
Ranger
yes.
Suarez, like they're guys,
Yes.
but they are not guys who are going to step up and win you a game in a playoff series when you're down 0-2.
Yeah. And I get into it with a few people. And here's like my aspect of it is when I get into it with the people on Twitter or the other podcasts, I know the Phillies are going to win this. That's not enough though. Like you're like when people say, "Oh, why are people getting mad?" Like I think it was like the In the Alley podcast. Oh, people are mad at Matt Moore. Why are they mad at Matt Moore? They were booing him. I'm like, well, and my thing was, well, was it deserved? Was the boo being deserved? I'm not calling these guys out. We always interact.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Was the booze necessary? He let up 3 runs and 3 hits, like in 2/3 of an inning. Yeah, but then they go, well, they weren't complaining when he threw 4 shutout innings from the bullpen. He's going to have those games. But Matt Moore is who Matt Moore is. He's terrible. Right. He sports an over 6 ERA. That's not good.
He is
average. That's terrible.
Right. He is who we always knew he was. He's not like
from day one.
Right. That like and anybody who thought they were getting something other than what he actually is somebody who's not looking at this honestly and being honest with themselves about what this team, and I'm going to put it in air quotes, did to get better, because they didn't really do anything. They basically swapped oranges for oranges. They didn't add somebody that was going to make them better.
No.
They added somebody who was basically the same as what they had, just a different number, different jersey, different name.
I mean, Adam asked, what if they get on a hot streak to start the playoffs? Anything is possible. Adam.
Absolutely.
Possible.
And listen, we've seen teams that sneak into playoffs.
Kansas City Royals, the year they won.
In every sport. Like we saw a New York Giants team that snuck into the playoffs and went on a run and put 3 games together and beat an undefeated Patriots team in the Super Bowl.
But that is football. So the margin of error to me is greater than in baseball in a 7-game series.
True.
So how I look at it, and Adam, I love this question. If they get on a hot streak to start the playoffs, they're still going to run into a powerhouse team. They're going to run into teams with stellar pitching and a lineup 1 to 9 that can, like when your 8-hitter hits 30 home runs, you know you have a good team. My issue is it's not saying that I'm being negative toward the Phillies. I am excited that the Phillies are playing well. They won 8 straight. They're going to make the playoffs. But I am not excited to watch a team that's going to get into the playoffs and get killed. That is my beef. You can be a terrible team. We saw it last year in the NFC East. I'm comparing. Yes, now I'm going to compare because I'm going to compare just making playoffs. You can be a bad team and still make the playoffs.
Right.
By default of your division not being good. The Phillies are in the best situation because their number one, their ace, Wheeler, and their best player, Bryce Harper, are not done for the year or on the shelf right now when it matters. Even though the Mets are defensively worse than the Phillies, which is a crazy stat, which boggles my mind. I didn't think it could be worse than that. But they truly don't have a lot of good fielders. You can make the playoffs being a bad team. The Phillies are not a good team. You cannot convince me that this team is good.
No,
they are the best team in a bad division. It doesn't mean you're good.
No. And can we please put the Alec Bohm experiment to bed?
You mean it's pronounced bum. Alec Bum. That's how I pronounce it.
With 2 U's and 2 M's.
And 2 M's.
He doesn't do anything really well.
He doesn't feel all. He can't field.
And when he played first yesterday, Rich, I mean, it almost looked worse than him playing third.
And that just shows you he's not a corner infielder. So that guy, if you can't play third and you can't play first, I don't know where else they can hide
and
you.
you can't hit.
And you can't hit.
So he's not like you. If you could project like a DH is going to be in the NL, and you could say, all right, well, we can't hide him.
But he's not even a DH. He can't hit.
He can't hit. Like, so in my I look at that and say like what do you do with it? Like
this goes back to what I was saying a few weeks ago, Don, when I said the Phillies had no valuable pieces to be traded.
Right.
And I said if people wanted Alec Boehm, they would go get him. And people were like, oh, no, they want to keep him. Fucking out of here. No, they don't.
Why?
The Phillies have no value from any of their position players. There is no – I agree, Adam. Play Miller over Boehm. You have to at this point because at least the guy can run into a fastball.
And, like, at this point, like, Freddie – like – as
or
soon as
Torres, Torres there. Who gives a shit?
Right, like play Torres there.
Torres, I'm sorry.
If Freddie Galvis is healthy, play him there.
Mike. Sorry, not Mike. A little early. Stop. He was decent last year in the pandemic. He was decent. He hit over 300. That was great. He still has zero pop. He came in this year when teams aren't force feeding you fastballs and you can't adjust. There's a problem. It's baseball. It doesn't get easier. That's the thing. In baseball, it doesn't get easier. They're going to force feed you breaking pitches and changeups where it's going to affect his timing. He's not going to be able to hit. He can't hit. He has zero pop for being 6'6". For being 6'6", he should at least run into at least 20 home runs. And he can't bend over and play defense. He has no lateral movement. Him and Didi are stagnant. They literally cannot move. They are two of the biggest liabilities. And when Didi's not hitting, there's no point for him to be in the lineup.
I mean, he's as much a hole in that lineup.
Easier
as he's as much a hole in the lineup as Knapp is. Like Knapp is another guy who like is a giant hole in that lineup that like to me, I just don't know what that would look like because we haven't seen it. You haven't seen him be frustrated and then make adjustments and start taking the ball the other way. Or like to me, I'm not seeing anything from him that says I'm getting better.
I've seen zero progress.
It's more the word. It's more the opposite end. I'm seeing more things that he doesn't do well than things that he's actually improving on.
I've seen zero progress from Alec Boehm this past year. I've seen a bunch of steps back, but like as Mike says, pitchers adjust him. He can't adjust to pitchers, Mike. It doesn't work like that. There's no adjusting the pitching. How can you go up there and I'm not coming at you, Mike. I'm just arguing your point. I'm a pitcher. I know Alec Boehm's up. He can't hit a change. It's the same thing with Ryan Howard toward his decline. Inside sliders. And then he was done. Done when they were like, no more fastballs for this guy. Unless he's not swinging at our sliders in the dirt, which he always did toward the end of his career.
It's the kind of thing where you say like, listen, I'm going to throw it to you until you show me otherwise. Yeah. And you saw that even this week when they were playing the Mets, when they're pitching to Alonso and they're saying like, here's a fastball, hit it. And they just kept pumping them with fastballs. And you can't like, I'm going to throw you this pitch until you prove me wrong and say that I can.
It's harder to adjust to pitching because I can say, all right, I have 5 pitches in my arsenal. I'm just going to throw you slider down and away. Okay. Strike one. Change up. Say 84 mile an hour slider. 79 mile an hour change up. And I can rear back a 98 mile an hour fastball. I can't go up there as a hitter being, I need to expect off speed. Because then your timing is just going to be all jacked.
Right.
And that's what you see from him. His timing is all off. But
that's
when you square one up, it's a single. How can you hit a ball squarely and it be a single every single time? Like, where is your pop for being 6'6"? I don't see it. And his glove is terrible. I'll take Torres. Give me Torres at third. And the kid can hit a little bit. But we're kicking ourselves in the ass because Cesar Hernandez has 20 home runs and he can hit. But we all wanted him gone, and the guy could play a little bit of defense.
JP Crawford is winning gold gloves. Shout out to Johnny.
Yep.
We're out there winning gold gloves for the Mariners.
And batting 290. That would be nice to have. And then Freddie Galvis comes in. Okay, put Freddie at short. Actually, you put Freddie at short, Didi at third, and Gene at second. It's the only thing you can do. Didi's got an arm. He can't move laterally. So you got to put him in a position where he can just play the line and 5 feet to the left of him. And Galvis be your gold glove shortstop. There's nothing you can do. You can't trade Reese at this point because you need somebody who's going to run into 30 home runs and bat 218, whatever.
Right.
But Alec Boehm, if he was valuable, people would have asked for him. But Don, it is that time of the night. We want a half hour longer than I would have liked to, but it's a great show, and I had so much fun. Don, our final thoughts. Let's bring it in.
You know what? For me, I'm looking at
preseason. We don't care, Chris. But thank you.
The feel good piece of when something is reintroduced back into your life. Having the Eagles back, even if it is preseason, feels good. Starting to see some of I'm excited for the fall. Fall is one of my favorite seasons. So embracing the change that can be in your life and incorporating that into your life and, using that to see the positives and learn from stuff. I'm looking at, just those positive vibes, trying to keep those positive vibes. I'm going to be, sitting in the Outer Banks next week. So we'll be kind of, try to take that time to kind of, reset and refresh and just, enjoy all that family time that we can have. So.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm going to stem it right off with the family time. It's my son will be 3 in 12 days.
Nice.
We're going camping that weekend. It's going to be a great time. It's funny because I was talking at my field work today. I was talking to a lady and just like telling stories like about kids, and I'm just like, you know what? I got a great son. I can take him anywhere. He doesn't act up. He's been coming out with us since he was a baby. We go out to eat. He's fine. Doesn't have the tantrums. Doesn't have meltdowns. Doesn't need an iPad. Doesn't need our phone. Like sometimes you get blessed with things, and sometimes you got to look at when like stuff in your life is rough and things get you down. You got to look for the bright side. And there's nothing better coming home to a 2.5-year-old who thinks he's a mosasaurus and decides to scare the shit out of you as you're walking up the stairs.
Nice.
Dad, I'm a mosasaurus. And I say, bud, you can be anything you want to be, and I love you. Philly, we love you. And as we say, as always, to end this podcast, fuck Spike Esco. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
This week. We'll see you next weekend.
Take care.
Next week, be good.